Hello students, in the last class we discussed about the allotropes of the phosphorus, that is white phosphorus, red phosphorus and one more as an black phosphorus. That black phosphorus as an alpha and beta form. In this class we study about the compounds of the phosphorus. Compounds of the phosphorus. Among them, first one is the phosphine. Phosphine formula is pH3. pH3. Next, you consider the preparation of the phosphine. Phosphine, first method is phosphine is prepared by the reaction of calcium phosphide. Calcium phosphide. That calcium phosphide is given by the formula calcium ion has 2 plus charge, phosphide ion has charge 3 minus. Then cross multiply the charges, then you get Ca3P2. Calcium phosphide formula is Ca3P2. By treating calcium phosphide either with water or with HCl, we get the phosphine. Calcium phosphide treated either with water or with HCl. You take the reaction Ca3P2 calcium phosphide when treated with HCl, that forms the phosphine gas PH3. In addition to that one, it produces the calcium chloride. Calcium chloride. Then by using 6HCl, 2PH3, 3CaCl2, reaction get the balance. Or calcium phosphide Ca3P2 when treated with water. When treated with water, it forms the phosphine gas and calcium hydroxide CaOH twice. To balance this one, again you take 6H2O, 2PH3, 3ACl1. Reaction get balance. This is the first method. Second method is lab method. Very most important here. This lab method is very important for your board exam. This can be prepared that phosphine can be prepared in a laboratory by treating white phosphorus with concentrated sodium hydroxide solution. By treating white phosphorus with concentrated sodium hydroxide solution in an inert atmosphere of carbon dioxide, in an inert atmosphere of carbon dioxide, phosphine is formed. That is, reaction is P4 NaOH and water. Then you get phosphine formed sodium hypophosphite NaH2PO2, sodium hypophosphite, that is 3NaOH2 3H2O, you get 3NaH2PO2, sodium hypophosphite liberating phosphine. This is very most important one. Practice this reaction. White phosphorus is treated with sodium hydroxide solution in an inert atmosphere of carbon dioxide, you get the phosphine. The obtained phosphine can be purified, that is impurities can be removed, that by treating with HI. pH3 when treated with HI, impurities, if any impurity is present, they are absorbed by the HI. Then it forms an phosphonium iodide PH4I, phosphonium iodide. That formed phosphonium iodide PH4I, then treated with KOH, gives the pure phosphine, that is PH3 Ki liberating water. This is the purification. Purification of the phosphine is the formed phosphine treated with HI. Impurities are absorbed by the HI to form totally phosphonium iodide. Phosphonium iodide is formed. Then that phosphonium iodide treated with KOH forms pure phosphine and K and water. This is the purification. Just for 2 marks, right? Practice this one only. White phosphorus treated with concentrated NaOH solution in an unearthed atmosphere, phosphine is formed. P4 plus 3 NaOH plus 3 H2O gives pH3 plus 3 NaH2PO2. This is sodium hypophosphite. Then in this reaction pH3 forms phosphonium iodide. Here this pH3 acts as an Lewis base. It can act as an Lewis base. Already in first year syllabus we studied about the acids and bases. The Lewis base definition is donates the lone pair electron. Species which donates the lone pair electron, those are called Lewis bases. In phosphine, phosphorus atom contains one lone pair of electron. Hence it can donate to the HI that to form the phosphonium iodide. Between that pH3 and HI, they arise as a coordinate bond. Coordinate bond get arises. Coordinate bond that will form. That is phosphorus atom donates the pair of electron to the HI to form the phosphonium iodide. This shows that phosphine is considered as a Lewis base. Very important. Why phosphine is Lewis base means the phosphine, phosphorus contains the lone pair electron which can donate to HI to form coordinate bond. Hence phosphine is a Lewis base. Then in that phosphine, phosphorus atom undergo sp3 hybridization. Phosphorus undergo sp3 hybridization and it has a pyramidal structure due to the presence of one lone pair electron. Due to this lone pair electron, instead of tetrahedral, phosphine has a pyramidal structure and bond angle less than tetrahedral angle. That is, if you write the structure of phosphine, that is here phosphorus, hydrogen, hydrogen. This is the phosphine structure. Bond angle value just 92 degree. Bond angle is 92 degree. sp3 means bond angle should be tetrahedral bond angle 109 degree 28 minutes. But bond angle is less than tetrahedral. Why it means? Due to that VSEPR theory. According to VSEPR theory, lone pair bond pair repulsion is greater than bond pair repulsion. Due to the presence of this lone pair, bond angle in the phosphine get reduced to 92 degree. While in the phosphonium iodide, that is in pH 4 plus, if you take pH 4 plus, in pH 4 plus bond angle is 109 degree tetrahedral. In pH 4 plus also phosphorus undergo sp3. In pH 3 also sp3. But bond angle in pH 4 plus is greater than that pH 3. Bond angle in pH 4 plus, bond angle in pH 4 plus more than that of pH 3, because we already considered that pH 3 contains lone pair electron while pH 4 plus not have lone pair electron. Lone pair bond pair repulsion greater than that of the bond pair repulsion. Hence pH 3 has lower bond angle than that of the pH 4 plus. These are all considered for the 1 mark. Bond angle in pH 4 plus is more than that of the pH 3, higher than that of the pH 3. Main reason is pH 3 contains lone pair electron, but pH 4 plus not contains lone pair electron. According to VSEPR theory, lone pair bond pair repulsion more than that of the bond pair repulsion. Hence in pH 3 bond angle value is less than that of the pH 4 plus. Next we study the properties of the phosphine. Among the properties of the phosphine, phosphine is an colorless gas. It is a colorless. It is a colorless gas, highly poisonous. It is highly poisonous in nature, slightly soluble in water. Slightly soluble in water, and explodes. It easily explodes in contact with oxidizing agent. If it contact with an oxidizing agent like HNO3 or bromine water, it get easily explodes. Why it explodes means because when it contact with an oxidizing agent, it reacts with an air in the presence of the HNO3 oxidizing agent. Then it forms P4O10 or P2O5. In some cases they can consider it as a P2O5. P4O10 is formed. Due to the formation of P4O10, it explodes in contact with an oxidizing agent. To balance that one, 4PH3, 8H2O and 8O2 and 6H2O. This is the first property. It is a colorless, highly poisonous, slightly soluble in water, explodes in contact with an oxidizing agent like HNO3 or bromine water. For that one reaction is phosphine reacts with an oxidizing agent and in the presence it combines with an oxidizing agent, reacts with the oxygen to form P4O10. Then the solution of PH3 that decomposes solution of PH3 in water aqueous. It decomposes in the presence of the light. It decomposes to give the red phosphorus. It gives the red phosphorus and hydrogen. Red phosphorus and hydrogen. In the presence of that is the red phosphorus and hydrogen. Phosphine in aqueous solution in water in the presence of light, it decomposes to give the red phosphorus and hydrogen. That is the 4PH3 and 6H2. Then this absorbed by phosphine is absorbed by copper sulfate or mercury chloride HgCl2 or maybe of silver nitrate. It is absorbed by copper sulfate, mercury chloride or silver nitrate to form the corresponding phosphides. Phosphides are formed. For example, CuSO4 reacts with phosphine that form the phosphide, cupric phosphide Cu3P2. Phosphide means the P3 minus. P3 minus is called as a phosphide ion. Cupric phosphide forming H2SO4 or with mercury chloride HgCl2 reacts with phosphine that forms the mercury phosphide Hg3P2 and forms an HCl, that is 3CuSO4 2PH3 3H2SO4. Similarly 3HgCl2 2PH3 forms 6HCl. Or with AgNO3 silver nitrate reacts with phosphine, it forms that is silver phosphide Ag3P and HNO3. To balance this reaction, 3AgNO3 gives Ag3P plus 3HNO3 silver phosphide. This is the reaction with copper sulfate, mercury chloride and silver nitrate. Corresponding phosphides are formed. These are the phosphides. Then phosphine is basic in nature. It is a Lewis base because it reacts with an acids to form phosphonium compounds. For example, PH3 reacts with HBr. Due to the presence of this lone pair electron, it can act as a Lewis base. forms PH4Br. These are the properties of the phosphine. Then uses, most important use of the phosphine is, this is used in the, among the users, it is used in the Holmes signal, Holmes signal, Holmes signal, Holmes signal. That is spontaneous combustion of phosphine, spontaneous combustion of phosphine used to give the signals in the seashore. Spontaneous combustion of phosphine used to give the signals in the seashore. It is commonly called as an Holmes signal. How that signals generated in the seashore means, just they are considering the metallic containers containing mixture of calcium carbide, and calcium phosphide, that is calcium phosphide means Ca3P2, calcium phosphide. This calcium carbide and calcium phosphide, they are containing, these containers containing mixture of calcium carbide and calcium phosphide, they are thrown into the sea. These container containing calcium carbide and calcium phosphide is thrown into the sea. From the calcium phosphide we get the phosphine is formed, and from the calcium carbide we get acetylene is formed, acetylene gas. That the spontaneous combustion of that acetylene and phosphine, they generates an luminous flame. A luminous flame is generated by the combustion of acetylene and phosphine. This luminous flame serves as an signal. This luminous flame serves as a signal in the seashore. That signals were called as the Holmes signal. Holmes signal, how the Holmes signals can be obtained means, by throwing the container containing mixture of calcium carbide and calcium phosphide into the sea. They produce acetylene and the phosphine gas. By the spontaneous combustion of this mixture of these gases, forms a luminous flame in the sea, which can serve as the signal. It is commonly called as an Holmes signal. And the second use is the smoke screens. That is PH3 phosphine also used in the smoke screens. This is about the uses of the phosphine. The next class we can study about PCl3 and PCl5.